Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Hi, I'm the ballsy badass Shotzi Blackheart, and you're watching True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for our Rated Raw review, number 94, Cena's Final Raw, breaking down last night's November 17th, 2025 edition of Monday Night Raw as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleagues, but different colleagues than you would usually expect here on the channel. First up, we got, of course, he is the returning, yes, because we announced it last week, the breaking news, he was going to be back with us this week. The returning Mr. Romeo, Anthony Colon. How are you doing, Romeo?
Doing terribly. I was muted. What am I doing? Already off to terrible mistakes. What's up, everybody? Look at this.
Oh,
what
man.
This?
We didn't even tell. Dude, this is all StreamYard is all screwed up because you don't even know the half of it. I literally had to post this. I had to delete the link that we had for this on YouTube, and then re-up it, put it back on YouTube, all while our intro was going on because StreamYard is completely fucked. They changed the whole system where now you see how it looks vertically,
right,
and how it looks horizontally on the spread here. But I think because they made that change, now it's having issues with YouTube, where if you create a link, if you create a stream on YouTube, it creates 3.
Right.
So what I did now, I did this like 4 times today, where I made the link, made the stream, 4 links would show up. I delete 3 of them and just continue on, making sure the one that I had, aside was made. But then I would go back here and make a change to the link, and it would say, no, you have to delete it. So I've had to make this link like 4 times, including during our intro on this show, because StreamYard is fucked.
Jeez. So you don't want to have it where there's a vertical stream. You don't want to have that, do you?
No, and I don't know how to get rid of it.
All right, that'll
glad
figure
you clarified that.
But I know
I thought I was hot, man.
You could take it off right now though by clicking that. There's like in the graphic layout. There's one that says
the 3 dots.
Click on that,
and it says hide it from the stage. All it does is hide it from the
stage.
At
least do that for now. Yeah,
but it's the same thing though.
Yeah.
It doesn't change anything. It doesn't go back to just show me the vertical or show me the horizontal. It doesn't do that. It shows you both. So
I don't know. When I watch on my phone, I want to watch. Just turn the sun bitch sideways and watch it horizontal. That's what I do.
It's not that.
You vertical watchers are weird.
It's not. And then YouTube and then Twitter has been acting up. I just realized that I never posted up the link for today because every time I tried to post it earlier, it told me that Twitter will not allow me to post. So it's been a wild morning when it comes to technology. But we have a big debuting star here on Rated Raw Review this week. In the place of Top Guy JJ, who's not joining us this week, we got our resident short expert. He is the one that posts up all our shorts here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. And of course, you know him as the resident True Heel pothead himself, or the pot heel himself, Chris G. How are you doing, Chris G?
I'm almost positive I was on one of these like 4 years ago, but we're going to call it the debut. Just
to be fair, this wasn't a show 4 years ago.
See, I got my timeline. I knew it was some type of Raw show. It's not this one particularly.
Right.
So yeah, I guess it is my debut. But what's going on, everybody? I'm here. I'm back, technically.
We would have to be a very not consistent review show if we're only at episode 94 and it's been 4 years. I'm just saying. That means we would only do about 20 episodes a year. So that would be very.
My math is very good looking. The math is a little off these days.
No, but thank you for joining us, Chris G. How have you been viewing Monday Night Raw before we get into last night's show? What have you been seeing from Monday Night Raw? How have you liked Monday Night Raw as of late?
I'll be honest, yesterday was like my first full episode start to finish in a very long time, but I usually, just catch highlights, or when I'm catching a segment here and there, it's usually some bullshit. So it's been like very inconsistent from everything that I've been seeing and reading. But I actually enjoyed yesterday's episode from start to finish. So, it's a good trend in the right direction.
Yes, absolutely agree there. What I
felt
like one. No, I'm sorry. I was just saying, I thought like last night was one of the more noteworthy episodes of Raw. I think I said it to you guys in the chat. It felt like all the praise that I heard for last week's show, it more applied to last night than last week.
Yeah, this was better. I was just going to ask, did Chris see his graphic, his Chris G debuts graphic, or no?
I did.
Okay.
I was very shocked, surprised, and Like, damn, that's a handsome motherfucker. I wish. Yeah, there we go. I look like I just came out of a Bad Bunny concert.
Do you know whose body that is?
No, I don't.
Mike Santana.
Oh, man.
I'm just find a Puerto Rican, man. It'll be easy to blend.
I was trying to figure it out. I was like, I know this guy's Puerto Rican. I just don't know which one it is.
Oh, that's so good. That's really good. Yeah, I was quite surprised when you sent me that. I was like,
and stay tuned to the end, folks, because I got a graphic for you at the end. Woo!
Oh boy, that's what we call a cliffhanger. But we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm also much. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, hear your thoughts on last night's Monday Night Raw, but we also love to keep the conversation going after. If you're watching us on demand, comment down below. Let us know what you thought about Monday Night Raw from MSG. And if you're with us live, we'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to get back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, Rated Raw Review, and all our contributors, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. We always appreciate the support, and it goes a long way to help the channel grow and move forward, and we always appreciate that. We got Eric Isaacs in the chat who says, hey, THH fam, lots of returns last night. Dolph, AJ, Charlotte, Gunther, Brock, and Roman. Maxxine finally a champ. And oh yeah, that Cena guy made his final appearance on Raw last night in MSG. Where exactly did Charlotte Flair go for you to classify her as a return?
Well, she left. Alexa, she left the team. So she pulled
for
a me,
no
basically.
reason.
She returned the next
for
week.
no
Returned a few days
reason.
later. She did what I do. Well, nice symmetry.
You didn't even give her a graphic. That was rude. and one of the biggest returns of last night didn't even get fucking mentioned. Brandon Brown bringing up Shane McMahon was at Monday Night Raw, and they didn't show him once.
With his
was
son.
He was in the crowd?
Yes, in the crowd.
He was behind Stephanie.
I think even further back. I think his seats were not as nice, honestly. But okay, here's the problem I have with this. You show off Stephanie. You show her off. If you show her off, you have to show her brother. Like, come on, that's ridiculous. Exactly. If you don't show Stephanie, okay, you didn't show Shane either. All right,
that's petty Paul at its finest.
Petty Paul, man. Dude. Ridiculous. I was like, what the fuck? We got Chase saying StreamYard's a mess. ATP, I guess this is Steve, who says you just set it up in landscape mode on StreamYard. Oh, okay. So yeah, I see they had the option. I think I just kept the regular option that they had where it's horizontal and vertical. So I'll remember that for next time. Thank you. He said, yeah, I've had the same issue on Steve's Kitchen last week. Yeah, it just updated it for us this week, which is weird. So okay, here we go. And yeah, I'm sorry about that. I see a bunch of people saying in the chat that we have 2 links for a Rated Raw review. I just posted up, and you'll know the link because that's the only one that has the thumbnail. The other one does not have a thumbnail at all, so you'll know the difference. And I'll probably delete that after we're done. But I was like, I'm not going to delete it while we're on because that might fuck everything up. So yeah. I'll just keep it up as it is right now. We got here Chrissy Love's in the chat joining us today. Good to see you, Miss Chrissy Love. She says, is that the Jets only top fan? My good bro, Chris. There you go.
I'm a Jets fan too, Chrissy.
I was gonna say me and Romeo might be tied, but I don't know how you're feeling after this season. I might have taken the top spot.
Oh yeah, y'all still both Jets fans?
At the moment.
I'm a loyal guy.
You are loyal. I will give you that. You are a loyal one. You stuck with the Knicks this long, and me and Chris was talking about that on True Hill Heat Check. Y'all can finally have like optimism about being Knicks fans. So you're just waiting on the day you could be optimistic about the Jets, right?
Yeah, sometime in 2065.
Rebuilding
Like,
since 1969.
I mean, that's gonna be up there when they finally complete the rebuild in 2065. It's gonna be one of the more fulfilling rebuilds in NFL history, right?
Trusting the
Right?
process since 1969.
I don't
There
know
we
if
go.
I could. I don't know if I could wait that long.
We got a super chat donation from our good brother Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. He says we got the WWE Avengers last night. Cody equals Cap, Punk equals Iron Man, Roman equals Thor, Usos equals Shield Agents 1 and 2.
Man, that's a big drop off.
Damn, you wild
That's
out.
a huge
God
drop
damn,
off.
you couldn't even give him Hawkeye and Black Widow or something? Like, damn.
Like, bro, it was
Just
going
give him
good.
Shield then.
It was going good the first three, man. Then it just dropped off a cliff. Like even Jay Uso,
yeah.
there's a step between Jay and Jimmy, but even there.
They blew the budget on the first three guys that get the extras for the last spots.
I still wish Cena was a part of this, but Cena said, you know what? Give me Dom again. I don't got to do no war games.
Cena said it, or your favorite, Flawed Paul said it. Because that felt like a Flawed Paul move more than anything. Because Cena should definitely be in this War Games, interacting with the people that most fans want him to interact with.
Yeah, Jimmy should sit this one out.
1000%. What are we even talking about here? Jimmy Uso is in War. He is obviously the guy they're going to pin for the win, right?
If they lose, I don't know.
If they lose,
You can't have the Z-Bros lose, man. The Z-Bros.
I mean, can the Vision afford a loss at this point?
yeah, they have guys that aren't even part of the division.
Logan Paul could get pinned. Is Logan Paul in the division now? Because did you notice?
Yeah, it does
they
seem like
introduced him.
Yes.
They introduced
Yes,
the division
they
as a
did.
whole. They didn't say division
Yes,
and
they
Logan
did.
Paul.
Yes, they did. And Drew got his own entrance. Drew got his own
I
entrance.
noticed that. It's very
For
interesting.
all you people that argued with me, Romeo, you missed it. That was one of the weeks you were gone. They argued with me. They just like, I think it was Danny in the chat was like, no, Logan Paul's not part of the division. I was like, it very much seemed like he was. And every week since, it's seen more and more. It's one of these things. It's one of the common themes on Rated Raw Review. I say something, WWE proves me right.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's looking like that. We'll see for sure. But like I said before, I don't like it because Logan Paul he takes attention away from Braun. He charismas him, Mm-hmm. That's not good for Braun.
I agree. It is no, it's gonna be a rough go if this is the way they're gonna push Braun to the top of WWE. But we shall see. We shall see what they do. We got Good Doer who says, "Hey fellas, maybe Jimmy Uso gets hit or attacked, and Cena replace him last minute." I mean, if you believe that John Cena is wrestling twice at Survivor Series, then
he'd have to open the show, and if he does that, I'm still thinking he's just getting on a plane out of there right after. I don't know.
They got to be a squash. You got to like hit down with the FU and
Well, see, now that they're wrestling again, I kind of think Dom wins or something. I don't know. Wins it back. I don't know. Because I don't think Gunther wants that IC title.
Gunther's like, I'd rather not.
Been there, done that.
No, I think Gunther's gonna probably win the title back. But we shall see.
Okay.
We shall see what happens there. So I did tell you guys. I did want to share with the class. I have been doing research on Axe Studio, which is this new thing on YouTube Studio, and I wanted to share my findings because I did tell Chrissy Love I was gonna share it with the folks because Chrissy Love had a great description here from the AI driver over out there where they called her the rant specialist. So that is officially Chrissy Love's new nickname here on the channel. She's the rant specialist. Yeah, but they have this new thing where you could describe Romeo in there, and they described Romeo. They talked about all his contributions with Romeo Report and all that stuff. It's really cool. It's actually it's educational, but yet funny with the descriptions that they give everybody. So I'll be sharing those on future streams. We'll see how that goes. But keep coming with those comments in the live chat. Keep coming with those super chat donations. And yes, Caucasity. That should have been the name of Saturday's True Hill Heat flagship podcast, was Caucasity, with Chrissy Love's epic rant on Nixon Noel and Miranda Alizé. Mind you, one of those people are Hispanic. But yes, without further ado, let's get into last night's Monday Night Raw. Chris G, what did you think about the crowd last night in Madison Square Garden?
I think they were hot and regular, usual New York crowd. Maybe a little bit more energetic because it was Cena's last Raw.
Yeah.
Last time performing in MSG. So definitely a little bit more energy. I thought they did a good job of like keeping like the energy throughout the night though. You know, usually you get those points where the crowd dies out a little bit, and like they almost hit that point a few times, but they never fully died out. So that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. What about you, Romeo?
Yeah, raucous MSG crowd. I thought about going, but you know, Cena's last Raw. But you know, I'm still financially recovering from SummerSlam, so. And to me, you know, that's my last like John Cena memory, seeing him alive, and like he's not gonna top that. I mean, he could top it, but he wasn't gonna top it on this Raw at all. And I was right. So that's my last memory. That damn Cody match. I'll leave it at that. You know.
No, that's a good final memory to have for sure. I was thinking about going to this Raw as well. I had asked Sports Illustrated, but WWE never got back to us. My sister offered to get me tickets as like a Christmas gift, but I was like, sis, I'm not saying yes to you spending that much money on me to go to a WWE show that I probably will talk shit about on the following day on YouTube about. So I don't think that's a wise use of your money, and I'd rather a gift that I would probably appreciate longer. So I did not go to last night's Monday Night Raw, but it was definitely a noteworthy edition of Monday Night Raw, kicking off with, of course, John Cena in New York City, Madison Square Garden. One final time. This was John Cena's final appearance on Monday Night Raw, his final appearance on WWE programming, WWE weekly television, before his final matchup on December 13th at WWE Saturday Night's Main Event.
Look at the beautiful Yankees gear, Chris. Not Mets gear, Yankees gear. Beautiful, man.
Man, fuck that.
We get an absolute roar for Cena in MSG. The fans are singing him to the ring. Cena has a special shirt on, which even notes that it is his final Raw. Cena gets the big introduction as they introduce him as the last real champion, and he's able to raise the Intercontinental Championship, which is very appropriate for his final Raw. He says that while he appreciates the enthusiasm, it is the fans who deserve the thanks. There is a special feeling here because this is the city that can make or break careers. He says this is the last time that they can be together on this show. I thought we were going to get a nice little final promo, like Doc going over, Cena reflecting on all of his great moments since coming on Monday Night Raw, like his debut on Monday Night Raw in the 2005 draft, all the great rivals he's had on Monday Night Raw, like Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, Batista, CM Punk. I thought we would get this big, grand John Cena promo. No, it just got interrupted. Like right after that line about they can be together on this show, it's immediately interrupted by Dom Mysterio.
He could have talked about his moments at MSG alone.
He could have talked about winning his first title at MSG at WrestleMania 2004. Like he could have went through
Rumble return.
He could have went through his MSG moments, his Raw moments, and we got nothing. We get Dom coming out. The fans are not pleased to see Dom. Dom is not as popular here as he is everywhere else. No one wants to hear what Cena has to say, says Dom. He says last week Cena was handed a title shot, just like he's been handed everything else in his career. He wants his rematch, and Cena gets on the mic, and he is ready to oblige. He says that why don't we do it right here, right now, tonight. But Dom wants to do things on his terms. He says that Cena had everything in his favor last week. They were in his hometown. Management was in his corner, but now he's going to call the shots. He says the fans tell Dom to shut up in a certain way. Shut the fuck up. Cena says that they are saying Choco Fun Cup. And then Mysterio says that he wants his rematch in his hometown. He wants to face Cena for the Intercontinental Championship a week from this Saturday at WWE Survivor Series in San Diego, California. As for tonight, though, Cena accepts the matchup in San Diego, but he wants a fight tonight. He says that he promised the fans one final match in Madison Square Garden on Monday Night Raw, and he plans on delivering that. So he says he'll defend the title in San Diego, but he challenges Dom to face him one-on-one here tonight just off of pure competition and respect. But this draws out the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Balor and McDonough join Dom in the ring. Cena takes off his shirt and he's ready to fight. He goes after the Judgment Day, but the numbers overwhelm him until the music of Sheamus hit, and out comes the Celtic Warrior to try to make the save. He's got his own issues with the Judgment Day after being cost his singles match against JD McDonough a few weeks ago. But the numbers get to Sheamus as well until the music of Dom's father, Rey Mysterio, hits. Rey runs down to the ring to a nice pop from the fans. The babyfaces fight off the Judgment Day before Cena gets on the mic and says that he is ready to fight. He says that he wants a match right here, right now. Himself, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day. 6-man tag team matchup. Let's do it. And that was our opening matchup. But before we get into that one, Romeo, what did you think about this opening segment? I was very disappointed that this was the last opportunity for John Cena to talk to the fans, to have a big, memorable promo, and they just decided not to do that. They just decided to set up a match for Survivor Series, which is fine. It's fine if that's the direction they want to go for Survivor Series. I think the more interesting direction for Cena was to be involved with War Games, where he could have tied the bow on one of the big, glaring holes that is going to be about this retirement tour is the entire feud with Brock Lesnar. That is going to be one of the biggest logic holes and glaring holes of the entire retirement tour, and they could have simply tied that up by having Cena involved in War Games. They miss out on that opportunity, so that will be one of the biggest negatives, biggest flaws of the retirement tour. But another flaw of the retirement tour, if you really think about it, 36 dates. That's what John Cena said he was working this year. That's what John Cena has worked 34 dates. Out of those 34 dates, he's had 3 great matches. That's it. Out of those 34 dates, even worse, he's only had fucking 7 memorable promos. And I'm not saying 7 good promos. I'm saying 7 memorable promos. 8, maybe 8. 8 memorable promos, meaning 8 promos that you're going to remember in some way, some form, some fashion. Some are not as great as others, and I don't think any would probably be in the top 10 John Cena promos of all time outside of his first heel promo that he did on the kid.
Pipe bomb.
And that's at the bottom of the top 5. And the Cena pipe bomb, that's not even a top 10 Cena.
Ridiculous.
I said that then. I said that now. Hasn't aged well. It's not a top 10 Cena promo. It maybe you can work it into the top 20. It's not better than any of his promos against AJ Styles. It's not better than any of his promos against CM Punk in 2011 and 2012. It's not better than him calling out The Rock with the notes on his wrist. That's way more memorable. That's way more better. That's way more impactful. His whole promo with CM Punk, where CM Punk said, "You're not Boston Celtics. You're not the Boston Red Sox anymore. You're the New York Yankees." More memorable. He's had a dozen more memorable promos than anything he's done this year, and that is sad. But go ahead, Romeo. Big up the pipe bomb.
Grumpy ass.
Because no one else will. Because no one else was that impressed except for you.
By the way, you got there's a background noise. I don't know. It sounds like something shaking. Maybe something in front of you. I don't know. But it's distracting. I don't know. This promo First of all, I just want to say about Cena in New York. It took freaking years for New Yorkers to like get this respect and love for him again, because we hated John Cena. We hate Boston. He would get some of the loudest boos, the Cena sucks chants, all that stuff. So it's just still bizarre to see all that love and adoration that was last night, all the flowers being thrown in front of John Cena. That was weird, but I was kind of worried with this promo that we were going to get 3 Dom and Cena matches. I didn't need that, man. Like, he was teasing, like, let's fight tonight, not for the title. We'll fight at your hometown, too. It was like, whoa, slow down. I don't need to see 3 of these. Come on. But, yeah, the fact that it's being made for Survivor Series, I don't know. I kind of get the feeling Dom's going to get his win back. And I kind of get the feeling they have to have a better matchup than what they had last week, which was, you know, okay. It was, like, best thing on the show, but they're capable of doing much better. So I hope that at least that's the case. And yeah, I mean, promo wasn't all that, but setting up that, and yeah, I was hoping to see a better match set up for John Cena last night. I did not need to see a 6-man tag, whatever, with a bunch of old guys, but well, made me feel justified not paying those prices. Go MSG.
It kind of did. So I was both pleased but yet disappointed at the same time. Chris, what did you think about this opening promo?
I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but like, how many dates are we in? Fucking 34 dates. Like, what else did we expect at this point? It hasn't been like the greatest retirement tour, right, from start to finish. So, and a lot of loopholes, a lot of logic loopholes. I think more like as we wind down City's appearances, I think it's just more about the moment and just like having him in the building for like that last time and just kind of enjoying whatever segment he's in. Like, I was able to kind of disassociate from like the logic of the wrestling and just kind of be like a casual fan for once and just enjoy John Cena with 2 of his old buddies fucking, taking on some heels that everybody wants to see their ass get with. I mean, the crowd was eating it alive, so it's just like, I thought, listen, it could have been better, of course, but I think for what it was, it was a cool little send-off for him.
And I would assume that at Saturday night's main event, Cena has to get on the microphone again and talk to the fans and say goodbye or something. Whether it's before the match or after the match, he has
to give him the Goldberg treatment. He's gonna go
and
exactly.
Look at
that shit. I'm like, dude, they don't go over, even if it's on Peacock. They don't go over time.
They went over last night. Then we missed stuff at the end.
Well, yeah, because they cut the show off early.
Yeah.
They cut the show off 5 minutes early. It went off at 10:25 instead of 10:30.
You better give John Cena his freaking time. Sorry, NXT kid, whoever you are, you're cutting off fucking 5 minutes. Whoever it is, man, you better have enough time. Let Cena talk.
I agree there because that was kind of disappointing for his final promo, and I kind of agree with what Chris G was saying, and you're saying like 6-man tag is fine, but like because so much of this retirement tour could have been better, it's very disappointing that this is his final TV matchup. But let's talk about that matchup, where Cena teamed with Sheamus and Rey Mysterio to verse the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Finn Balor. We get Sheamus in trouble as we come back from break. Finn Balor is choking him on the ropes. We get a slingshot. Halo gives McDonough a 2 count, but Sheamus gets a shot in of his own, allowing the much-needed tag to Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio has been out of action since April. He's 50 years old, going on 51 next month. But goddamn, I thought he was the best guy in this fucking matchup. Like, I was like, this dude should have ring rust. He should not be moving around. This dude is a medical marvel. How much surgery he has had on these legs throughout his lifetime. People thought he was gonna be paralyzed like a few years into his career, and he's 50 years old out here running around, doing all his spots, hitting the ropes real well. He took some of the heat in the middle portion of this matchup. He manages to crouch McDonough and make the tag to Cena. Unfortunately, Cena is taken down. We get this big 3-way flying attack from the heels with McDonough doing a moonsault. Balor did the coup de grace, and then Dom finished it off with the frog splash, but Sheamus and Ray were able to come in to break up the cover. The finishing sequence of this matchup saw the babyface just completely take over. Sheamus was about to hit the beat to the Bowery when Finn Balor was able to save McDonough. So then all three members of the Judgment Day get pulled to the apron as Sheamus, Cena, and Ray all hit 30 beats of the Bowery. Then they decide to hit the Proto Bomb, Irish Curse, and a atomic drop before all three men decide to do a 15 knuckle shuffle. 15 knuckle shuffle from the baby faces leads to Ray hitting double 619s, which leads to a bro kick for one, and then McDonough being laid out with the AA for the 1-2-3. The baby faces picking up the victory here over the Judgment Day in what I thought was a very fun opener to the show. All the guys looked really good in this one. The heels were bumping around like crazy for the baby faces, and the crowd ate all of this up. You get Cena post match. He gives a piggyback ride to Rey Mysterio. He did this nice little camera shot that was kind of similar to CMLL in Arena Mexico, where it's from the crowd and it's down on the baby faces where they're pointing up, and it's a nice little shot. I hope they continue to do that one.
That's the only time they did it, right?
Yeah, that's the only time they did it. They stand tall and give a farewell to the MSG crowd. Do you hear the sound now?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I don't even know what it is. I'll change my mic. All right, go ahead. What did you think about all of this?
It's a fun house show match, something you see at a house show. It was cool. Sheamus did a Cesaro spin. I don't know if that was during the regular broadcast or during a commercial, but he shouted out his old partner, the Bar Forever. And the 5 knuckle shuckle sequence, the cool part for me was Cena was on the left side. Sheamus was in the middle. It's just the way it ended up. And Sheamus was like, no. He dragged Cena to the middle. You get the spotlight. You be in the middle. I thought that was awesome by Sheamus. Well done. Cena would have done it just fine, like doing it on the left side, but Sheamus was like, you're the man. This is about you. So that was cool. A thing that bothered me all night with the Judgment Day, another week in a row, no backstage clubhouse segment with the Judgment Day. What is going on? We've gotten rid of these? I love those. Like, come on. And there's stuff to talk about. Dom freaking lost the title last week. There was intrigue with that, but nothing. Ignore it. Forget it. Go ahead, Chris.
I mean, it was a fun match. Like Romeo said, would be something that you see on a house show. It was just cool seeing Cena out there with a few of his boys, kind of all paying homage to each other, or outside of the company. Yeah, I didn't even see the Cesaro swing, so that was pretty cool by Sheamus to shout out his boy like that. I didn't even notice him bringing Cena in the middle of the ring, so that just shows how close those guys are, and it's cool to see them have one last match together. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was really cool by Sheamus to do that. It would just give Cena the moment, and it shows Sheamus is on the point when it comes to timing and where people should be for camera shots.
Like pro, that. And the sound's gone now. You're good now.
Yeah, I changed my mic, so that's probably why. Because my mic is right against my stand where I got my laptop and stuff, so that's probably why. Chase says 10 times on his left knee that Ray has got. Ray was the best person in this goddamn matchup. We need to emphasize that.
Okay, but I don't know if you were feeling this way. When I watch Ray wrestle, I get nervous. I'm like, whoa, slow down. You're going too hard. Because he gets hurt. He gets hurt 100%. In these meaningless effing matches, and then he's out for 6 months.
100%.
Also, and it could be a 6-man tag. It could be a tag team match. He still get hurt.
I feel like you can see the little rust in his movements, not necessarily when he's doing like the springboards and stuff like that, because I mean he's working with guys that are really good in the ring that can kind of help carry him in that sense. So, and they're all bigger than him, so it's easy to bring him stereo up, and make it look good. But I can tell when he's moving, his legs are a little stiff out there. They're up there in age, though. But hey, God bless that man.
I want to see you move like that at 50, Chris.
Man, I can't move like that at 25. I'm fucked. I need the stem cells. Somebody get me the stem cells.
Oh man, we got a big super chat donation here
Yeah,
by
man.
our main man Chuck Berries. Thank you so
like seeing
much,
that
Chuck
orange.
Berries, for the support here. He says, "Okay, having been to MSG, I get the lore and prestige of seeing an event there. I was a little uneasy seeing my Eagles sitting in MSG watching Raw with the Giants there and not at least kayfabe fighting at least. LOL. It would have been nice for what they would do after this matchup if the Judgment Day just taunted them by going over to the Eagles and hugging it out with them. I didn't need what they actually did in this angle. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up when I talk
First
about
of all, Cam Scatterbow's a nut job because he's getting physical with a broken ankle. Somebody put that motherfucker in the bleachers and keep him safe.
I'm sure the Giants are very happy about that.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not. But also, Chuck, I don't know if you know this, but they're suspending motherfuckers for spitting. So they're getting physical in a wrestling capacity might be off limits.
Yeah,
I did like
you
when
might
they
be
did
right.
show the Eagle, they booed the shit out of him.
Yeah, they did for sure.
They booed the shit out of him and the other person who was next to the Giants. Speaking of which, unfortunately, we have to talk about this segment. We after this whole thing was done with the Judgment Day losing to Cena, Sheamus, and Ray. During the ad break, we see that Jackie Redmond had done an interview with Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz was booed as soon as he was shown on the Titantron at MSG, but he was interviewed, and apparently the Judgment Day went over and confronted him. He was sitting next to the New York Giants, so Cam Scatterboo and the rest of the offensive line for the New York Giants stepped up to have Schultz back. You get a nice little moment where Scatterboo pushes down JD McDonough, who gets in his face to a big pop.
Did you hear what JD said to get that shove? I thought it was hilarious. He's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna play defense for the first time this season."
That was actually good. That's actually
then
good.
he shoved him.
Unfortunately, that's where this segment peaked, because why is Andrew Schultz going toe to toe with JD McDonough? Oh my god, I almost turned this show off.
He should have got knocked out.
If I didn't do this show, Romeo Chris G, I would have turned this fucking shit off. Seeing Andrew Schultz act like a tough guy and go toe to toe tussling anyone on the WWE roster. WWE should be embarrassed. They're fucking honey dicking. They're fucking on their knees sucking the dick of any celebrity worth a damn that will sit in their front row has gone way too far when Schultz goes toe to toe with an active member of the main roster. Embarrassing. Scatterboo was a great addition, though. What did y'all think about this?
I'm surprised the other guy, Abdul Carter, wasn't asleep. I'm surprised he was awake, knowing he's sleeping at team meetings. He was wide awake for Monday Night Raw. Good job, man. Good job. But yeah, I agree with you. Maybe Schultz should be take a bump there, take a fall, because the Giants are not going to take a fall. Cam Scatterboo, he can't take a fall. He's fucking hurt. So yeah, somebody should have taken a fall there. But it was during the commercial break, right? It wasn't shown on TV, right?
No, it was shown on TV. They showed the replay and showed that Schultz went tussled and went toe to toe with
So
JD.
it is canon. It is canon to the WWE universe. It counts. So okay, there you go. Yeah. The least I can say is at least it's JD McDonough, and that's it. That's all I can say. But yeah, he should take a fall. He should take one for the team. Schultz, you don't even have a team. You don't even work here.
Why do people get big wins and then these companies just make it completely null and void? Like, I never fucking happened. JD McDonough beat Sheamus, a former multi-time world champion, just a few weeks ago, and they have done jack and shit with that win. And he just went toe to toe and didn't lay the fuck out a fucking comedian. It's over. It's over. JD just quit. Just get released. I don't care. Chris, what did you think?
I think JD should have ripped his fucking mustache off his face. I think I seen something that said Abdul Carter had more shoves than sacks this season. This week. It was like, that's crazy. He does. Crazy. Yeah, poor pobrecitos. But I mean, hey, it's cool to see my boy Cam.
Cam is built for wrestling. He's just Weird individual.
He
He fit. Oh, and I'm just not looking on Twitter. The New York media, they're throwing a hissy fit over this. Oh, they must not have nothing to talk
What they
about.
say? What they
They're
say?
just not a fan of Cam Scatterbo getting physical while he's going through physical therapy.
I mean, are they
I
wrong?
agree.
Yeah, like
It was
I'm saying, like, are they
shove.
wrong?
He's a shove on like 1 foot. That's it. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, maybe they want you to stay off your feet completely, and you just went on
He got his
national
little
TV.
scooter. He got his little half scooter. He'll be all right.
He'd be all right. He'd be all right. But yes, we gotta confirm. It was confirmed later on in the show that it will be John Cena defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dom Mysterio in Dom's hometown of San Diego, California. Now, how many of us realize that this is just WWE doing the Cena versus Edge rivalry all over again, right? Do y'all not see that?
No, please explain.
2000. Well, let's just do the plain comparison of the two people. Edge in 2006 was a narcissistic heel who basically stole a girl from another guy and thus became the rated R superstar and a top star. He would go on to the WWE Championship. Cena would face him in his hometown of Boston and lose, and then Cena would beat Edge in his hometown of Toronto to win back the WWE Championship. Fast forward 19 years later, we have a narcissistic heel who is known for being a ladies' man and known for stealing a whole bunch of women, who lost his championship in Cena's hometown and will most likely win it back in his hometown.
Yeah, okay. I can see the similarities for sure.
it's kind of clear. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm the first one that's letting y'all know that this is just WWE rehashing something, and this is not some creative genius by Triple H. Sorry, all you Triple H.
Well, nobody was saying this was creative, great stuff. Nobody's saying that, but I'm just saying, it's clear Cena's gonna put the kid over here this time, and I hope it produces a much better match than last time.
I thought last week was good, but
right, no, yeah, but they're capable of better.
I don't know about all that. I'll be honest. It's John Cena.
Cena was kind of coasting.
Yeah, but
like Cena wasn't trying as hard as some of his recent try hard matches.
I don't think he's gonna try hard against Dom. Dom's not the guy to try hard. Cena steps up for guys who are better than him in the ring. Dom is not better than him in the ring.
Unless he's just trying to lull us to sleep before the match with Gunther.
There you go. He's good.
Up.
He's gonna try there. He's gonna definitely try there. We look back at Drew McIntyre joining the Vision on Friday Night SmackDown, and then Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis are seen in their office complaining about Paul Heyman bringing McIntyre out of suspension on SmackDown. That brings in the WWE Hall of Famer, who says that everything he did was within the rules and regulations. It said that he can pick anyone from any of the WWE brands. So that's why he picked McIntyre. And if they think they're mad over his fourth pick, he has something even worse. And you haven't seen nothing yet when it comes to his fifth pick. He gives them the contract. They open up the contract and see the name that's on the contract and aren't pleased. Adam Pearce says, "This is going to be fun," sarcastically. This was a nice little teaser, but like it basically erased any doubt that this was Brock Lesnar.
I still saw people saying Austin Theory. No,
dude, I'm sorry. Like,
no,
this is why wrestling fans have bad names and bad reputation, because y'all don't get the simplest of fucking foreshadowing that they do to us.
I like Heyman strolling in and saying nice posters, and he's on both of them. Well done.
During the break, that's when we see the Judgment Day got into the fight with the comedian and New York Giants. Then we get a recap of Nikki Bella turning on Stephanie Vaquer last week. We're supposed to get Jackie Redmond in the ring to interview the WWE Women's World Champion. She comes out to the ring, but she is immediately jumped from behind by Nikki Bella. The WWE Hall of Famer gets on the mic and says that she didn't come back to sit on the sidelines, amiga. and cheer for Stephanie Vicaire, senorita. She's here to take the division back, the division that has always been hers. And she will do so by taking the WWE Women's World Championship. So you will give me a title match, and I will walk out with the title. If you are wondering why I just said that entire promo the way that I did, unfortunately, that is because that is how the promo sounded. This was awful. Oh my God. Did Nikki Bella forgot how to speak in a mic? Oh my goodness. This was the whitest I have ever heard a Hispanic woman speak Spanish. Holy shit. Oh my God. You would think that she just got a Spanish to English dictionary like a couple of hours before the show. We will see Nikki Bella challenging Stephanie Vicaire for the WWE Women's World Championship at Survivor Series. Hopefully that goes better than this segment because this was short and to the point. So I give it credit for that. But the execution was really bad. Chris G, what did you think about this?
I didn't think anything of it. To be honest, it was just like, all right, they setting this up. Like, let's just get it over with. I mean, promo was bad. Shit, my 3-year-old speaks better. She got a better Spanish accent. You can't even fully hear her pronounce words yet. But yeah, it's rough. I don't know. Maybe she was nervous. Maybe she needs to practice her Spanish in the mirror. She got to roll those R's. Go home, make some patalillos. Get your roots back. Find your roots, and then give it another go.
Romeo,
Yeah, of course she was nervous. She's seeing John backstage, so a little nervous, but yeah, I didn't like that Stephanie had to, what Dion's saying, Stephanie had to lay there while she's talking all this. Yeah, you said it was short and sweet, but she is laying there just listening and like, fight back, fight, get up and punch her. That was kind of awkward. I don't care for this match. I don't think a lot of people do, but whatever.
We got Dion who says Paul Heyman said that the final pick would piss them off. That was the hint.
I didn't get that at the time.
You know what? You might be on to something.
What a troll.
Might be on to something there.
Paul Heyman.
Just acknowledging that this is the person that we're dealing with. And Chase mentioning that this is her 7th hometown. She's in San Diego.
Of course.
There you go. There you have it. We look at the build to the Women's War Games matchup, and then we see Bayley and Lyra Valkyria are walking backstage when they are approached by the Kabuki Warriors. The Asuka and Kairi, they want Bayley to be a part of their War Games team. They said that Asuka says that she's willing to put everything aside and forgive Bayley if she's on their Survivor Series War Games team, which Bayley starts laughing and turns into the role model on both of them, basically telling them that they made her best friend turn on her and caused her life to be a living hell. So hell no, she won't be part of their team at Survivor Series. This leads to Lyra congratulating Bayley, saying that she knows who she is now and that she sees that. We also got this great moment where Kairi, before the Kabuki Warriors walked away, told Bayley, "You can't see me," and then got startled by Asuka yelling her name. And then Lyra and Bayley had a moment where Lyra was proud of Bayley, but then she tried to give Bayley a high five, and Bayley says, "What are you, like 5, you dork?" Like, come on. And basically, she's still in role model mode here. This was the first time in weeks that we got any bit of the Bayley role model storyline. I'm kind of glad that WWE realized that split personality shit wasn't working. Christy, what did you think about this backstage segment?
They're doing it on NXT with what's her face, Blake Monroe.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different. It's totally different. This is more just like, I don't know. I just want to see Bayley be one person. She's not cool as a schizophrenic. just let her be a role model. I can introduce my children to her and we'll be happy.
He said, cut all that shit out. Romeo, any thoughts on this segment?
I laughed out loud. I tell you, when Asuka said she could forget the past. What? She didn't even forget this. It's 5 minutes later. She didn't forget that.
Exactly.
Crazy. I laughed out loud. Bailey was nice, but there you go, Bailey. You missed the opportunity to be in War Games. Then we ain't got no more spots. As the night goes on. So you don't want to be on a team, all right? You're not gonna be on a card. Okay, there you go. And Lyra has something if she embraces the corniness, which she seems to be doing. Yeah. There is some corny to her, but it's it's harmless. It's like it's actually likable.
Yeah, I always go back to the Becky Stompers promo.
Yeah.
That was more of that. I remember I remember everybody hated it, and I hated it too. But it's hilarious to look back on.
Yeah, it's a fun hate, not an annoying hate.
Yeah. Not like Mickey Bella's promo.
No, that's
last time is now. Tournament kicks off with our first matchup here. You get Tala Tonga coming out with Solo Sikoa, and we're waiting on the surprise opponent. He's here to show the world. He's here to show the world.
I'm so glad they didn't do the one with the stupid record scratch. Remember that version?
I wanted to zip up the pants and TNA theme. That zip up the pants theme.
Oh God, no pop.
No, it would have. But yes, we have the artist formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. Nick Nemeth of TNA is here, and I say that because me and Dolph are the only people on this show that said anything about TNA. Oh. They literally 2 matches with TNA stars in it. Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler on Raw and SmackDown, and not a one mention from commentary about them working in TNA. Your partner, your quote unquote partner promotion. Dolph is back here, and goddamn, did he get a huge pop? One of the biggest pops of his career, probably his biggest pop since he cashed in Money in the Bank. Ziggler hits up with the right hands in the corner on Solo early on. Solo runs him over though. We get a lot of pro Ziggler chants throughout this matchup. Ziggler knocks down Solo for the jumping elbow, hitting all of the classic Dolph Ziggler moves. He even tries at one point and goes into the Cena bag of tricks and gets in a STF before Solo gets to the ropes. Another knockdown, and Dolph hits a big top rope elbow drop. We come back with Solo missing and running Umaga attack, allowing for Ziggler to hit a quick jumping DDT. He goes for the zigzag, but that is eventually countered into a spinning Solo for a 2 count. We get another attempt at the Samoan spike, but we get Dolph, who is able to duck it, and then eventually he is able to hit the zigzag. He gets the 1, the 2, but Solo kicks out at 2.5. Back up, and we get Ziggler going for another zigzag attempt, but Solo is able to counter that one. He hits him out of nowhere with a big Samoan spike and gets the 1, 2, 3 to move on in the last time is now tournament. I thought this was a good matchup here and a great performance by Dolph Ziggler. Outside of the 2 performers in the other last time is now tournament on this show, I thought that Dolph Ziggler was the best wrestler on this show, and this felt like the best that we've seen Ziggler in the last couple of years. Like, he does not put this effort out there in TNA. I'm sorry to say that. He does not try this hard in TNA. He don't try this. He definitely didn't try that hard in the 2 months he was with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He put out one of his best performances in years here in front of a hot crowd in Madison Square Garden. Dolph looked great. Solo felt like just a guy. This whole matchup felt like the Dolph Ziggler show. What did you think about this one here, Chris G? And overall, I have to say, even with the next matchup we're going to talk about from this tournament being excellent and being by far the best match of the tournament, this tournament is a bust. I think I'm very confident in saying this tournament is a fucking bust. They brought back 2 guys who are from a partner promotion.
They brought back two guys who's from a partner promotion, jobbed them out, and jobbed out their fucking finishers. Had LA Knight kick out the Rough Rider, had Solo Sikoa kick out of a zigzag, mentioned TNA not a fucking once, and the average age of the competitors in this matchup is 39.5 years old. I am sorry. And I'm sorry, outside of Gunther, no one in this fucking tournament that has even fucking advanced do I want to see step in a fucking ring with John Cena. I don't want to see any of them. LA Knight versus John Cena? Fuck you. Solo Sikoa versus John Cena again? Suck my dick.
Oh.
Fucking Sheamus or Rusev against John Cena in the big 2025? Man. Chris G, go ahead. I'm over it. Dolph Ziggler was great. Chris G, what did you think?
I think the tournament was already like a foregone conclusion. I think most of us already knew Gunther was going to win. So even though the tournament can be classified as a bust, I don't think it's necessarily about the tournament itself. It's more just a road to get Gunther there, but in between, give you those moments of bringing back some guys that came back in John Cena's past. I think it was just a reason to bring back some surprises and,
You could tell a much better story if you just had Gunther return after SummerSlam and say, I retired Goldberg, I'm going to retire another legend, and just take the story from there instead of doing a fucking
Oh, don't worry. He'll have plenty of time to do promos because John Cena will not be on Raw. So he'll have plenty of time to build this match.
It's 100%.
That's my whole thing. We could have been doing that the last 2 weeks. We could have been building this Gunther feud and use the TV time that we do have left with Cena to actually build up to his final matchup. That's the whole point. We could have told a better story by having Gunther come back, target Cena, and just build from there.
Either way, you still got War Games. You still got he only has these dates available. That's it. Like, he's still going to be a while before we get to the Saturday night's main event. So you got to fill some time.
Yeah.
Cena doesn't have more dates.
The tournament does that, unfortunately. But I will say I do like the returns of Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler. It took me fucking 2 years to pronounce Nick Nemeth correctly, and now I got to call him Dolph again. Bullshit. I was disappointed that Zack Ryder didn't come out as Cardona, but I get it. It's a little fucked up.
Radio.
I mean, it was still cool to see him. And I definitely have fun seeing Dolph yesterday. And that was basically his audition match to get back in the company when his contract expires. So we'll be seeing Dolph Ziggler back in WWE soon. But yeah, I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the pop.
I wish it was the Vince McMahon era, because you're absolutely right. If this was the Vince McMahon era of WWE, that performance with that reaction, he would have got re-signed instantly. And similar thing with Javon later on in the show. A young guy comes up and gets that reaction in Madison Square Garden, puts on that matchup with Gunther. He's getting called up the next day. This is not that WWE. Triple H, TKO, Nick Khan, they don't really give a fuck about that. They see a Javon having a match like this, they're like, he's 21. He's got plenty of time. And they see Dolph Ziggler have that matchup last night, and they're like, that's fine, but he's 40. We don't want to re-sign him. They're like that. They're ageist. Even though their entire main event scene is full of 40-year-olds, they're like, Dolph, you're too old. What the fuck? What did you think, Romeo?
Dolph was a cool surprise. It was fun to hear that music again. Even though I saw like the reports online early in the day that it was probably going to be him. But this is better than, say, Joe Hendry. Like I much rather prefer Dolph Ziggler instead of Joe Hendry, but Ziggler performed well, like he always has. Like he sold that turnbuckle spot. He sold that shit like Bret Hart used to sell it. He made Solo look like $1 million out there. The way he sold the Samoan Spike, good stuff from Ziggler. Made Solo look good.
That sell, the Samoan Spike was probably the first or second best of the whole entire show last night. And only reason that it's question of first or second because of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Good for Ziggler, good for Ryder. Do I need to see them, win and advance to have another match? Not really. Do I need to see them stick around in WWE? Not really. I'm not gonna be hurt if they're not here. But they did get at least, some nice merch out of it. Hopefully they made a pretty buck with WWE selling multiple shirts for both those guys. Yeah. Oh, by the way, when Cena did his pipe bomb promo, did he mention both these guys? I know you mentioned Cardona. Did he say like hi Nick Nemeth too, or no?
No,
well, not him.
no.
Okay.
He said Claudio.
Okay. All right.
Claudio
Castagnoli. Okay.
Yeah. So
that would have been nice storytelling if he would have said Nick Nemeth too, and I would have said the promo just got better, but no, never mind.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's not as good. It's not as good as it was, and it's not better because of the booking. We got Chilling with Chase, who says, imagine Team Cena versus Team Gunther in a traditional Survivor Series match. Winner decides the step for the retirement matchup. Sorry, Chase, that's way too creative and something that I actually want to see.
People would rather have Cena have won the IC title over that.
You do it. No, this is the key, Romeo. You do it earlier in the fucking year, and don't wait till the last 4 appearances to do it. Like, Romeo, I'm gonna need you to really think about what someone else is going to say before you defend WWE, because you set me up and you give me the alley oop, and I always slam it down and give you the response to this. Like you gotta have you and Paul gotta have a strategy meeting for like
Cena winning the IC title in Boston was a moment. I don't want to take that.
You do realize they were in Boston earlier this year, right?
When?
Earlier this year, they were. That wasn't part of Cena's retirement tour, but he could have been there then instead of now.
A month. So, you got an idea about ballparking?
It was in the summer.
So then Dom's IC title reign goes down that fast? Damn, it's kind of whack, but all right.
If he's gonna win it back, why the fuck does it matter?
See, if it was in the summer, Cena was the champ. Going against Cody.
He did not need to win the title and be a heel the entire time.
Okay, he didn't need to win the
heel
title.
run and the title run did not matter at all.
He did need to win 17. He did. Don't say he didn't need to win the title.
He did.
The heel run, you can argue.
He did, and it proceeded to be one of the worst title reigns of his
Don't matter. 17. Never seen 17. Don't matter.
Don't matter. Quality doesn't matter.
He had to break the record.
According to Romeo, quality doesn't matter.
Now you want to take back everything.
No. You told me quality doesn't matter, so I'm not even going to argue.
You said he didn't need to win the title.
But you said quality doesn't matter. So we're not this debate is over. You won.
He had to win 17.
It can suck. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter if it suck, if it's awful, if all of your memories are the worst things of the year because it happened. It doesn't matter.
You want to be 16 forever.
According to Romeo.
You want to be 16.
Cool. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It sucked.
Ridiculous.
Chase says, makes you think. Oh, he says, after that, Ziggler would have been re-signed. Most definitely. Not necessarily.
Vince McMahon would have been like, where you been? I didn't know you got released. That's what Vince would have been.
He would have been like, wait, you've been in TNA?
You've been looking all over for you.
Like this whole time.
How NXT has been. God damn it, Paul, I didn't even know you were gone. How was NXT?
I thought you've been in Orlando this whole time.
He would have looked at his freaking Zack Ryder like, wow, you got his shape.
Yeah, nice tan. Nice tan, Paul.
He was like, hit the gym?
He was like, that performance center, huh? Man, okay, so I said earlier, I thought that the Nikki Bella segment was really bad, but we're about to talk about a promo that might be actually worse.
What are you?
Might be actually worse. Before that, though, we had Javon Evans, who showed some of his highlights from NXT ahead of his matchup with Gunther later on in the show, and then we get Alexa Bliss.
Ridiculous. If you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say, ridiculous.
Alexa Bliss is here, who's had a very rough weekend. As soon as she said the opening lines, you can hear all of the New York City crowd groan. Because that is not the way
they're assholes.
No, because no one fucking cares, Romeo. Just you. Yeah, and you weren't there. After everything they've been through, she says Charlotte isn't willing to talk to her. Everyone told her to stay away from Charlotte, but Bliss wouldn't listen.
She knows who Charlotte is inside. And now Charlotte might prove her wrong. That's not what a best friend should do. And yes, guys, what? I'll tell you what. I am her best friend. So this is not what you're supposed to do.
Aw.
And then eventually Bliss was interrupted by the Kabuki Warriors. And you can hear all of New York City celebrate and the fact that she is not out there dying a slow death anymore. The Kabuki Warriors come out accompanied by Nia Jax and Lash Legend to interrupt. They don't think much of Bliss, including mocking her sparkly pants. They basically tell her that Nia tells her that she's been friends with her before, so she knows how Charlotte feels, and that's why Charlotte isn't here right now. So they surround the ring, but as soon as it looks like they're going to attack, out comes Rhea Ripley and Io Sky to have their partners back in War Games. We get a brawl that ensues, but of course the heels have the advantage with no Charlotte Flair involved. Eventually, Bliss is left in the ring alone with Nia and Lash until Charlotte Flair's music hit. Out comes the 14-time world champion. She comes out with a kendo stick. She hits Nia and Lash until they bail. She helps up Alexa, and they share a moment. She then looks over at Rhea and Io, where after about 10 to 11 minutes of this segment, we finally got something good. Thankfully, Io Sky is here. And Io Sky, as they're doing a stare down with Rhea and Charlotte, or you have Charlotte pointing over at Rhea, and all of a sudden Io just grabs onto Rhea and hugs her, and Charlotte breaks and laughs. So I would say
for the man.
This would make Charlotte a member of their War Games team. What did you think, Romeo?
I enjoyed this. First of all, I like the angle from Friday where Charlotte Flair just left. Like, I don't like Rhea. I don't trust her. I'm out. And I thought Alexa was good here. Wait, hold on. My mic's messing up. I thought Alexa was good here. Good acting. I felt bad for Alexa. I felt bad for her. Now, this stupid crowd, which SB3 probably would have been involved in, with what chanting her. You guys are assholes. But New Yorkers are assholes, so I know that. Now, here's where I could see some complaining. They rushed having Charlotte save and seemingly join the team. It only took, 3 days? You could have saved this for next week, possibly. The same thing if you wanted to do it. This was a bit probably too soon for Charlotte to join War Games. And Io was hilarious. That was funny. That was pretty funny at the end. And I like the "She's Your Best Friend" chant they chanted at Alexa. So that was cool. I enjoyed all this. And it seems a lot of people in the chat did too. SB3 is just sour.
Chrissy, what did you think?
Man, I didn't give a fuck about this storyline months ago. I ain't giving a fuck about it right now. But I do agree with Romeo. If they're gonna play this whole little storyline, it was too soon to like kind of rekindle their friendship. Io Sky is a gem. She even made my dad chuckle. Who hasn't watched wrestling in years. So
Nice.
shout out to Io for that. One of my favorites. I mean, yeah, there's not really much to say. I've never really been into this storyline since it started. So it's like I kind of just waiting for it. I'm waiting for one of them to turn on each other in War Games, right? Because that's what's gonna happen, right? So we'll find out.
So the people that I've seen that like the promo is Alexa Bliss Gamer and Pedro and Dion.
That's just ironic.
Pedro,
Let me finish. Don't try to interrupt me because you lied on air. Pedro and Dion say it wasn't worse than Nikki's promo. That's not them saying that it's good. So just so we're clear, there's only one person and they literally have her name in their profile name. So it's just you and the Alexa Bliss fan base that enjoyed this promo and think that it was thrilling and captivating character work, acting by Alexa Bliss. Like Chris said, no one in New York gave a fuck about this storyline that was really bad to begin with because the opening segment of SmackDown was horribly done.
because Charlotte Flair did not explain why the fuck you don't like Rhea Ripley, because your only history
don't trust her.
It's just facing each other. There's no betrayal there. There wasn't a bitter blood rivalry for you to say, I don't want to be on your War Games team.
There is a rivalry.
WWE. See, this is you interrupting me because you know you're wrong. But anyway,
There are
this is
rivals.
WWE. This is basically WWE. They were rivals. They only face each other. It's not a bitter rivalry. It was a rivalry over a title. And Rhea should be the one that's upset at Charlotte, because Charlotte fucking went down to elementary school, stole her title, beat her, and made her lose her confidence for a fucking year. All Rhea did was finally gain her confidence, become this fully fledged character, beat her at WrestleMania, and that was it. That was it. Now, if Charlotte actually did a promo on SmackDown and explained that loss to Rhea at WrestleMania was the domino effect that led to her missing a year of her career, made her get injured, but she blames that loss for everything that's happened to her in the last 2 years, then that's a reason. With the segment that we got, that wasn't a reason. No one cared. Chris didn't care. I didn't care. Most of the chat didn't care. And definitely that New York City crowd didn't care. Alexa Bliss is great at delivery. This was an awful fucking promo.
Disagreed.
And we realize that. We realize why. Because quality doesn't matter. You said it yourself. Anyway, Annika says Triple H definitely overestimated how much people would care if Charlotte was in War Games. We got Chuck Berry who says, Romeo, how dare you call your fellow New York City constituents stupid? LOL.
Not the first time, won't be the last. A lot of stupid people here.
Yeah, I'm a Mets fan, man. They do me that shit every day.
And Christopher, who usually is very supportive of any women's segment, says I didn't like the promo.
No Bailey.
Also, yeah,
You see? This was you doing your research. That was a good comeback. That was a good response. We got Annika who says, still wouldn't have cared, Romeo.
What you talking about? I don't even know.
And Aaron, about the segment, about the promo, about the storyline. You said, they should have waited a couple of days. They were never going to wait a couple of days. It was either going to be Charlotte joined the War Games team at the end of SmackDown, or Charlotte joined the War Games team on the very next show, meaning that the entire opening segment of SmackDown was null and void with this segment here and was unnecessary to begin with. No one believed waited. That Charlotte was not going to be involved. No, they shouldn't have waited. They shouldn't have done it, because no one believed that Charlotte was not going to be in War Games. No one.
It just showed
not even you that enjoyed this.
It showed how much Charlotte cares about Alexa Bliss after all this. Really does.
Okay.
She did it for Alexa, not for Rhea.
Who she still hasn't explained what's her issue.
They're rivals, Sid. They're rivals.
She's rivals with Io Sky.
I might not be on your team. I might not.
She's rivals with Alexa Bliss too. She's rivals with Alexa Bliss.
Well, they've built some camaraderie over the past couple of months.
Okay.
She doesn't have that with Rhea Ripley.
She's been bitter rivals with Becky Lynch. She still teamed up with her after having a last man standing.
And that was stupid.
Last woman standing. I know. And so was this.
No, this is not. This
was very stupid. If you're not going to explain, you're not explaining why you're upset. It's stupid if you don't explain it.
A lot of people like the segment on Friday.
No, you're lying again.
It was well received online. Yes, it was.
I love the YouTube numbers.
Yes, it was.
Sir,
it was.
Just tell me.
You were in the minority.
I rather you just tell me why you enjoyed it and what was the qualities of the segment that you enjoyed, instead of you lying straight to my face. I rather that. Just tell me that. Stop using these fictional people in your head.
It's
that
fictional.
Enjoyed the
what are they, robots?
Fictional. These fictional people, these magical beings that you didn't show to anyone that you saw that were praising this segment. Just tell me what you enjoyed about the segment.
I told you. She doesn't have to trust Rhea. They're rivals. It's fine. It's actually continuity for Charlotte Flair to not want to team with Rhea Ripley. It's very basic. It makes sense. Sorry, Lexi. I can't trust her. I don't want to team with her.
My sentiments exactly, Josh. My sentiments exactly.
This was on Twitter too. People were supporting this. They liked it. They liked that Charlotte. It made sense. Charlotte should not want a team with Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
What's the username?
Oh, exactly. User says.
What are you talking about? I'm saying multiple
this
people.
whole storyline.
What is this username? User.
Yeah. This is user. So I will say his actual, the start of his name. You don't even know any person that tweeted. Anyway, this whole storyline sucks.
We friends, we not friends. What are they? 12? Yeah, I agree. We also got Josh.
Well, there should be more focus on Charlotte and Alexa. That you actually lost the tag titles, by the way, too. In case you forgot, they should emphasize that.
Here's a big thing that could have made Friday's segment better and last night. That's the reason why Charlotte doesn't want to be in the War Games. She lost the tag team titles, so she has no reason to team with Alexa again in War Games. That should have been the reason instead of the fictional bitter rivalry that she has with Rhea Ripley that she'll never team with her again.
Yeah. I don't like Rhea Ripley either. How about that? I don't trust her. I'm not cool with her too. I don't need my girl teaming up with Rhea Ripley. I'm with Team Charlotte. I'm the hand of the queen. I support her.
Fair.
F that noise, Rhea Ripley.
Danny is back in the chat this week. He says this women's War Games matchup, besides Nikki Bella versus Vicaire, will be the worst match on Survivor Series.
What?
I firmly disagree with that. I am all for criticizing last night's segment, but you can't tell me you think Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky have been part of some of the best matches of the year. What are we talking about? And then they're gonna have Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. You got the Kabuki Warriors who have been awesome. You got Lash who's been looking great since she's returned. Nia Jax has been so improved. Alexa Bliss has been good in this tag team. Charlotte Flair is gonna be there. Like, this is so much talent in this matchup. So, like,
Io in a War Games match. That's all you need to say.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Hey, I did mention your girl. I said she's gonna be there.
I ignored that rightfully. I ignored that little slight comment you made. I ignored it. I no-sold it.
Also, I forget, Romeo. Add me to the THH podcast intro. He told you.
I'm no-selling that too, in case you didn't notice. No-selling everybody.
God damn. Just out here no-selling everybody. All right. Nixon Romeo. Danny.
Matter of fact, I'm walking out.
Oh, no.
Danny says if WWE was smart, they would make Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Vicaire happen on the Go Home show and add the traditional Survivor Series match from SmackDown to the Survivor Series card. I do think it's stupid that they're doing that traditional Survivor Series matchup on the Go Home show instead of just adding it to the show.
Well, you know how they do. Like the Friday before is like the pre-shows, like Survivor Series SmackDown, whatever they're gonna call it.
Romeo, I hated when they did Hell in a Cell on the Go Home show to a Hell in a Cell. I hate that they're doing a traditional Survivor Series matchup. That was Bobby Lashley versus Xavier Woods and Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio. They did one on the Go Home show and they did one on the that was beyond stupid. And I don't put it past WWE to announce a traditional Survivor Series match for next week's Monday Night Raw on next week's show. I don't put it past them that they will do some stupid shit like that.
I do like that there will at least be one freaking Survivor Series match.
Yeah. It just should be on the paper. Manizi says they should have just kept the story of the match between Rio and KW because Kabuki Warriors, because Rhea didn't even seem like she cared. Yeah, Rhea didn't even care about Charlotte not wanting to be a part. No one cared. Not even the people involved in the storyline cared about this shit.
Well, Rhea wouldn't care because, she don't like Charlotte either. So,
but she could have, if she actually wanted Charlotte on her team and viewed her as a viable contributor for the team, she would care just slightly. But no one cared. Not even WWE with this story because they quickly moved past it last night. Then we got for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, it is Maxxine Dupri challenging Becky Lynch here. Lynch is defending, talking trash to Dupri during the big match intros. Loved her talking trash to Maxxine as she's being introduced. That was awesome. Lynch gets in an argument with the referee at the bell and then gets a big boot from Maxxine for a near fall. We get a backbreaker that sends Dupri outside with Lynch following after. We come back from a commercial break with Dupri kicking Becky down and grabbing her for a suplex for a near fall. We get them back and forth. A leg drop by gives Becky a 2 count. Then we get Dupri who comes back. She lays down the straps and starts hammering away. Lynch grabs a cross arm breaker, which looked very sloppy how they got into that. We get a little bit. We're gonna get a little bit of clunkiness in all these Maxxine matches because she's still so green. But she's able to transition out of the cross arm breaker into an ankle lock. That's eventually broken up. Becky hits the manhandle slam, but Maxxine is too close to the ropes, so she's able to get her foot on the rope. And as soon as that spot happened, I was like, holy shit, they're going to have her win. Oh, fuck. They're going to have her win. I was having a panic attack, I'll be honest with you. Lynch gets in the referee's face again, but this time referee Jessica Carr is above all of that and warns her, finger away, and warns her to worry about Maxxine and not her. That includes sending Dupri outside. Does Becky. Lynch is then trying to unhook a turnbuckle pad and cheat to win when the music of AJ Lee hits. AJ Lee making her first appearance on WWE programming since WrestlePalooza. She comes out and causes the distraction to Becky. Becky is paralyzed from the surprise of seeing AJ Lee, which leads to her turning around into a Maxxine flying crossbody. What is this, 1980? As Maxxine Dupri wins the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship on a fucking crossbody. Maxxine is your new champion. Big pop for the title change. Big surprise pop from the fan. Big, huge pop for AJ Lee making her first appearance in 2 months. She celebrates with Maxxine post-match. Maxxine is in disbelief, but very happy with herself for getting the victory here. We get a backstage segment later on in the show where Maxxine is with AJ Lee, and they talk about the victory. Lee is happy with someone standing up to a bully. The Alpha Academy comes in and celebrates with Maxxine. Then AJ Lee is asked about her status and if she's going to be sticking around. She says that she only came back to help her husband, CM Punk, but Becky Lynch brings something out of her, lights some fire in her. It looked like she was getting turned on, but she says she don't know if she'll be sticking around. She turns around and she runs right into Rhea Ripley. Ripley asks her if they can have a chat, so she walks off with Rhea, and it seems like we're going to get the question, is AJ Lee in the Women's War Games matchup? The match itself was fine. All the Maxxine matches are going to have some clunkiness, and Maxxine and Becky's best match was that first match that ended in a countout. This match was fine. There was still some clunkiness. I just hated the fucking finish. And it's not just because I'm a Becky Lynch fan. I just feel like everybody looks worse coming out of this. Becky Lynch looks like a fucking idiot who got paralyzed by a distraction and lost to a fucking crossbody. Maxxine, she's the Intercontinental Champion. So congratulations. She's going to be the cause of why the Intercontinental title is going to wind up like the Women's US title by Christmas. It's going to be fucking thrown in the gutter, be in a fucking closet somewhere, and we're barely going to see it if Maxxine is champion for far too long. And 3, AJ Lee just looks like a bitter heel because Becky Lynch did absolutely jack and shit to her since WrestlePalooza. Why do you need to get revenge on her and cost her the title? Everybody looks worse coming out of this. It was fine. Romeo, what did you think?
I think with the AJ thing, probably she just needs to explain that she was standing up for freaking Maxxine against the big bully Becky, the way Becky was bullying Maxxine. But I agree with you about the match. Like, Not their best match. The other match they had was better than this. You want to talk about not caring? At one point, the crowd is playing with the flashlights on their phones, doing fireflies while this match is going on. But they did get into the finish because AJ got out there, and they did pop for the title change. But I don't care for Maxxine as IC champion. I don't care. I don't think she deserves it. Please let this be quick. Yeah, I'm over it already. It's just begun.
My nigga, like, this is one thing that I don't miss about having like a regular 9 to 5 is when you're working a regular 9 to 5 and some new nigga comes into the job and they're not that good at the job. They're actually really bad at the job, and they're really bad at the job for way too long. And then they start showing up to work actually on time, but they're still pretty bad. But they actually are here punctual and actually are, you know, have a good attitude and stuff like that. And they actually complete an assignment at work. It's like, oh, wow, they completed an assignment. They didn't complete another one, and then another one, and then another one. And then your ass that's been standing here working hard sees them get promoted because they're slightly competent a couple of days a week. That is the equivalent of Maxxine Dupri winning the Intercontinental Championship. This is WWE rewarding someone for going from awful to pretty fucking green.
They love Maxxine. My goodness. Woo. Poor
Chris,
Bailey.
what did you think about this?
Bailey can't be IC champ.
Nah, she's still got to figure out her personality. Which one is going to be the fucking champ? Hopefully, it's the role model. I definitely felt like that second guy in my old job, and I'm pretty sure I'm the first guy in my new job. Yeah, sure. Fucking take it till you make it. I'm happy for Maxxine, right? Because I see the storyline, or I've seen it developing for quite a while, and I'm actually a fan of this storyline, regardless of Maxine's in-ring talent, or however you think about her. She has improved from when she first started. It had to be at the expense of Becky Lynch, which is questionable. And the match was just, it was all right. Hopefully, coming out of this, we can just get we just did it for the moment. Hopefully, the reign doesn't last too long, because I don't want to see the title lose that importance. Because let's be real, she's not gonna fucking become this overnight technical wrestler while holding this IC championship. She's going to steadily progress, but you don't want to have that title on her for too long, because then it kills the momentum, or any momentum that title has. Now, I think the title has a little momentum now because of the moment that was created yesterday, but it's WWE, so it remains to be seen where that goes.
It's a funny comment I saw on social media. Someone said that between this, Chelsea Green, and Blake Monroe, the Divas era of wrestling is so back.
Yeah,
Kinda.
it really is, though. It kind of is. Yeah, like these are women that would not have looked out of place in the Divas era, but are very look out of place in this era.
Yeah, I'll give a lot more credit to the last two names over Maxxine, though. But
Yeah, for
just
sure.
just me personally.
Yeah, those last two names are actually competent workers. I'm like,
I tried to be
think I'm
nice, and
being
SP3 was
mean,
like,
but I'm
let
not.
me back this vehicle up and run it over.
Yeah. Did we hit him? Want to see me hit him again?
Finish the job.
Oh, let me back up again. He did. I'll give him credit. Danny did tell everybody here a couple of weeks ago.
Danny
Remember?
Damas.
Maxxine is leaps and bounds better. And he said she was going to win the IC title. And what did we say back to you, Danny? We was like, no, that's not like impossible that it's not going to happen. It would just be a bad fucking decision by WWE.
That's
And
fair.
what we saw last night was a bad fucking decision by WWE.
That's fair to say. Like, people are gonna they're gonna say, Becky made Maxxine, and Maxine's improved so much. She has improved by the definition of improving. But I don't think when Becky did it for Liv Morgan, I think there was a much noticeable leap in improvement for Liv Morgan than there is Maxxine.
Yeah, this is just WWE kind of just forcing the same Liv Morgan elevation, and more doing it in kind of just
a very kind of shallow way. I think that's the best way to say it. Like it's kind of just put out there, but it's not going to become with a push. I don't think it's going to come with, oh, we're elevating Maxxine. No, this really feels like this is Becky Lynch elevating Maxxine Dupri and not WWE elevating Maxxine Dupri.
I'll give Maxxine credit, or whoever wrote this credit, in her little exchange later on. Like, she said she did give credit to AJ. Like, that is a big reason why you dad won this thing. Kayfabe wise.
Sure. Dion says Becky is the GOAT. She got Maxxine Dupri over to some degree. Unfortunately, Maxxine is not ready for this position. This is just like the Jey Uso thing, hype moment. But what's next? It is not like the Jey Uso.
No. Yeah,
because the fans got behind Jey
Yeah.
Uso. This is not the fans getting behind Maxxine. It is Becky Lynch putting on a virtuoso performance to get the fans to react to Maxxine. But you put Maxxine against anyone else on this roster, you're not going to get the same reaction for it.
Jey Uso's justified that push. 100%.
Agreed. I agree with that. We got Annika who says, out of all the possible outcomes of how Becky's reign was going to end, this was not how I thought it was going to go. No.
Yeah, I'm ready for Becky to win it back. Let's go.
Yeah, why not, right? Just win it back, please. Get this over with. Yeah, Jeremy on In the Weeds was like, he thought the crossbody was better than the roll-up. I think both suck. Both suck as a finish.
Well,
A
I couldn't
roll-up
even.
and a crossbody both suck as a finish.
You'll have to educate me. What is Maxxine's finisher? The ankle lock?
I will educate everyone and tell you that no one knows. Because
Okay.
you want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Because she doesn't
'Cause I have
finish people?
I have some factual information, which, you guys loved my factual information where I broke down that the Triple H average age of a world champion was 41 years old last month. So here we go again. Did you know that last night was the second ever pinfall victory in singles competition of Maxxine Dupri's pro wrestling career? Her last victory was in July of 2023. Do you know who that victory was over? And it was her first ever singles match that she got that victory. I'll give you one guess, and I'll give you one guess. Chris, go first.
Memory doesn't serve me correct, but I'm gonna say it's fuck is the name? BFAB.
That's a good guess. I'm going to say it's probably someone else who's also trash. Ivy Nile.
Very good guess by both of y'all. Y'all are both wrong. The answer is, in fact, someone who doesn't work with WWE anymore. It was Valhalla.
Wow.
Oh my God.
She must have been pregnant.
So the two pinfall victories in her entire WWE career that has lasted 3 years, Maxxine Dupri has pinned only Valhalla and Becky Lynch.
Technically, she pinned two people. Valhalla was pregnant.
Holy shit! She got three people. She has pinned.
3 bodies.
It's a handicap match.
It's impressive.
Look at her.
By the way,
said it was a singles match.
By the way, all you people out there complaining how old everybody is on WWE. Oh, it's so old. Push the young talent. Maxine's 28 years old. So there you go. There's your young champion right there. You should be happy.
There we go.
Youth movement.
Finally crowned
Yay.
the young champion.
Yay. These dinosaurs.
Oh,
Put the belt back on that dinosaur Becky Lynch. Oh, this Becky Lynch, jeez.
well, we got a long comment here. Johnny Autism Wrestling. Interesting name. He says, if Gunther, John Cena's last opponent, that ruining John Cena's last match for me. Gunther don't deserve to be John Cena last opponent. Gunther is mid. Mean WWE don't give a shit about John Cena last match. I mean, the only factual thing that I will say I agree with from your statement here is the final
statement that WWE doesn't really give a shit about Cena's last match. That's quite obvious, but everything else, you're gonna have to explain that. I understand having a difference of opinion, but Gunther is not what I would call mid. And I understand, I've seen this argument on social media. I don't know if y'all guys have, but a lot of people, there's been like a section of fans who are a little upset that Gunther looks to be Cena's last opponent. And I'm over here like, what's the fucking issue? It's quite obvious that WWE is trying to establish him in the top 4. And that's what we've been asking for. Unfortunately, by the time Triple H finishes establishing him as one of the top stars, he will be 40 like the rest of the top stars. But they're still, this is their effort. He's a 2-time world champion, the longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time, King of the Ring. He retired Goldberg. He retired John Cena. They are building a Hall of Fame resume for Gunther, and we've been needing someone to be established with these top 4. I don't see the issue of Gunther being the last opponent, and he's probably one of 2 or 3 people that guarantees John Cena's last match will at least be good.
I'm not as upset as those people are, but I understand the movement, the argument that, you know, that Gunther doesn't need this as much as someone else might need it. Like, let's say if I were to present to you, just throw 2 names out there, Braun Breaker or Obafemi. Do those 2 guys need this more than Gunther? Is it going to do more for those 2 than it would for Gunther?
Yes, but that's not what Triple H is going to do. If you're saying, would John Cena have rather face those guys and elevate those guys who need it more than Gunther? Yeah, 100% John Cena would have done that. But you're not acknowledging who is booking the show. And you have to acknowledge what Triple H is trying to accomplish. Triple H is trying to accomplish one of these fucking guys that he's put over being established in the top 4, because the top 4 were all established by Vince McMahon. And what TKO has been really dedicating WWE to is erasing the legacy of Vince McMahon and trying to establish a new legacy for them and Triple H. So Triple H needs to establish Gunther amongst the names of Roman, Cody, Seth, and Punk. And this is the way to do it. Braun Breaker or Obafemi beating John Cena in his final matchup is not going to put them in the top 4, regardless of what y'all think. Yes, it will do more for them than Gunther, but will it make them in the top 4? No, it won't. Will it do that for Gunther? Possibly.
Like I said, I'm not pissed at it. I know Gunther and Cena are going to deliver, but you know, if it were up to me, I would have gave Braun Breaker the spot. If it were up to me.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm what I'm saying is 100%. If it's up to me, yeah, it's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's the guy that beats John Cena in his final matchup. But I maybe it's me playing devil's advocate. I do understand the reasoning why Triple H is choosing Gunther for this spot, is what I'm saying.
It's got to be devil's advocate, because you defending Triple H would be wild on its own.
I know, it kind of hurts me. I got checked.
Right? You want to throw up? You got a nasty pit in your stomach?
Like, yeah, it's like weird. He's like, what the hell is Maxxine gonna do with that belt? Everyone in the locker room is better than y'all are being mean now.
I mean, I'm trying to think who's worse.
Who's worse than Maxxine Dupri? Can anyone name who's worse than Maxxine Dupri? BFAB, maybe?
I mean, not anybody that's like employed still.
I think BFAB's worse than her. I've seen.
I don't think she counts though. She's on the
BFAB's still employed.
I'd say
you know they said locker room. They didn't say Raw locker room. There's WWE locker room. On the WWE roster, is there anyone worse than Maxxine? I'll say there's one. BFAB. That's
same.
I think Ivy Niles pretty close to her, but I think she's better. I still take her. It's close.
I'll take Ivy Niles matches with Lyra Valkyria earlier this year over every BFAB matchup. Maxxine's matchup with Becky was way better than every BFAB matchup. BFAB is objectively the worst person on this roster. Objectively. I think I'm being fair.
Yeah.
Now we need BFAB and Maxxine once in a lifetime. We need
once in a lifetime.
We need that
title on the line.
We need that.
It's great sleep material.
Oh man, we got Jason says, damn, couldn't put over an infant. What a heel Maxxine is. Good point. Very good point. All right. Then we had
Of course Chrissy would say that. You see Chrissy's comment?
Wait, what did Chrissy say?
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Starks.
She'll never, my homegirl, Chrissy Love, never misses an opportunity to insult Zoe Starks.
Leave her alone. She has a rubber kneecap at this point.
I will take Zoe Starks with a barely repaired ACL over Maxxine.
Hey, brother. We haven't seen much of Brutus Creed on his own. I'll take any of the Creed brother tag team matches.
Where are these guys?
Yeah.
What do they get paid for?
But they have to really think about it before you start throwing out names. And you need to ask yourself before you write it down, has this person had a better matchup than B-Fab? If the answer is yes, which it will, regardless of how you feel about them. Like I know Power Driver Finisher saying Rusev is about his hatred of Rusev. But Rusev has objectively had a better matchup than B-Fab. B-Fab has never had a good matchup. B-Fab has never had a solid matchup, let alone B-Fab has never had a decent or fine matchup. She hasn't had a serviceable matchup. She hasn't had a passable matchup. She hasn't had one that is just, okay, you can keep your job matchup. She has had nothing but horrible, awful, and shitty fucking matches since the minute she stepped in a wrestling ring. And she trains actively. She shares videos of her training, yet she never gets better because she doesn't get reps. She will never be better than that. And Becky Lynch hasn't decided to pick her up and raise up her game like she did to Maxxine. B-Fab is the worst on this roster.
B-Fab like Ben Simmons shooting 3 in the offseason. Like, yeah, this is the year. Gets in the ring and it's like, we were fooled again.
Well, to answer your question, Davion, we were told that everyone in the locker room is better than Maxxine Dupri, and that's why B-Fab is catching some strange. I'm sorry, Brianna. Anyway, last time is now. Tournament first round matchup. The Ring General Gunther is back. And he has returned his first match back since SummerSlam, going against WWE NXT's Javon Evans. The much smaller Evans is moving around very fast, using his quickness and his speed against Gunther until Gunther is able to finally hit a big chop and put him down. We come back with Evans hitting a drop kick, but a second is countered into a Boston Crab. That's broken up as Gunther goes right back to Evans' back and working it over, hits a big hard forearm to it. Evans is able to get in a super kick, but Gunther goes for a power bomb, but Evans is able to reverse that into a Hurricane Rana. Gunther is sent outside, but Evans' suicide dive is countered as he grabs Javon and just tosses him right into the LED board against the apron. We take another commercial break and we come back again. Gunther is lifting Evans up for a big suplex, but he's able to reverse things into a stun dog millionaire. That's enough to send Gunther to the outside, where Evans does the big Undertaker top rope dive to the outside, followed by a high cross body back inside. He gets one heck of a 5-star frog splash on Gunther, and he only gets a 2 count. But Gunther knocks him down as Evans goes for the OG cutter. He hits him with a big chop to the back in midair. He then grabs him up into like a sleeper hold and does a sleeper fucking suplex.
Yeah.
He then follows that up. He applies the sleeper, and Evans tries to stay alive, but eventually he taps out. Gunther moves on in the last time is now tournament with a great victory here. Excellent matchup. Evans with such a great underdog babyface performance, getting the New York crowd behind him, really showing out. And like we said about Ziggler earlier, I will say here about Evans. In the Vince McMahon era, a young guy, 21 years old from NXT, has a performance like that, gets that reaction in Madison Square Garden against a former world champion. He's getting called up to the main roster immediately. This is the Triple H era. See you when you're 25, Javon. Romeo, what did you think about this match?
Man, if Vince saw Javon Evans backstage, he'd be like, "Good to see you, Kofi. How you doing?" Listen,
No, you know, Vince would have been like, he come backstage after that performance. He's like, my nigga.
yeah, if I was saying that too. What's up, my head? With his do rag. Listen, I lost my Maxxine Javon Evans parlay. I should have cashed out. It's really looking good for a second there, but no. Can we televise Javon Evans' entrance? He's only going to get one of these. Like, come on, man. Can we televise that? Jeez. And speaking of entrances, GUNTHER. What did he come out to? He came out to the old theme.
The Walter theme is back, baby.
And they chanted Walter, Walter, Walter. I like it. I like it. The aura's back up. The aura's back up. Fun match. I think they could have gave Evans a little bit extra. Maybe one big close near fall. We didn't really seem to get that. GUNTHER looked good. He didn't seem like he was rusty. Evans fought hard. At least they gave him that. Once Maxxine won, I knew they weren't doing 2 crazy upsets in a row. That'd have been wild. Yeah, I enjoyed the match, but I think you could have gave Evans a little bit more, a little bit. But GUNTHER's going to be the guy to win this whole thing, so they didn't want to do that.
I think they gave him enough. He had that flurry with the comeback late in the matchup. He got a close near fall on the 5-star frog splash. They could have gave him like one more close near fall to get to that next level. But this is easily the best match of the tournament. So
still good.
Chris G, what did you think?
I mean, I watch Javon Evans pretty much every week, so I already know what he's capable of. So once I knew that he was going to be in this match with GUNTHER, I wasn't expecting nothing less than almost an instant classic. But it's the basic, GUNTHER against a smaller guy, kind of just dominating until, the babyface comes back from underneath and gets that little almost comeback, and then GUNTHER just spoils the shit. It's a formula that works every time. The crowd was really into it. I'm glad they got into it. I really like Javon Evans. So good showing. I'm not surprised. I thought it was a really good match. Definitely the best match of the tournament that I've seen so far. And I don't know if, people are calling them the future, right? And I don't know if WWE is going to fuck up like they always do, simply because Shawn Michaels seems to be like a really big fan of his. And, considering the relationship that he has with Triple H, I think there's a chance Javon succeeds sooner than later. So I don't know. We'll see. I like having Javon stick around at NXT and doing his thing with TNA, but I wouldn't mind seeing him on the main roster either.
Well, yeah, I mean, he feels like a type of guy that is already ready for that main roster stage, and the fact that we're getting reports that WWE see him as the present and the future, I think he's on a good track. He's on a good path right now. They just gotta stay consistent.
He's gonna pay his dues. He's only 21 years old.
I hate that term.
Nobody's that young.
Use that term around me. Could you please not use that term around me? I hate that fucking term. I hate that fucking term. It's not a real thing. It is something that was made up by bitter old wrestlers that all you dumb fucks just decided to listen to and think that everyone in their 20s needs to fucking break down a ring and before they win a world. Fuck you. It's 2025. What the fuck are we doing?
Let's just mark this date down, because 19 years from today, when Javon Evans is 40 and he's finally world champ, we said it here first. I'm sure he'll eat.
Paid his dues. It only took him 20 years.
Yeah. I was gonna say they could come back to this, GUNTHER matchup in like 5 years. Yeah, when he's on the main roster.
Paid his dues. We got Alexa Bliss Gamer, who says, doesn't B-Fab train with Natalia?
Maxxine does, no?
Yes, they both post the videos of them training. And I'm like,
not good for Natalia's training credibility. It's not good.
You should not do that. And Danny, I knew you were going too well. You were going too well, so you had to say some dumb shit to balance out the scales. Danny says, I feel like NYC were more into Maxxine versus Becky match than GUNTHER versus Evans, which is insane to me. I swear when we got back from commercial, I heard people chanting green shirt guy. They did chant green shirt guy, but did you not hear the fucking silence in the middle of Becky versus Maxxine? What the fuck are you talking about?
They were playing with their phones.
Yeah, they were playing with their phones. I heard they brought out a fucking beach ball.
during that
Oh,
matchup.
no.
What the fuck are you even
Oh.
talking about? Let Claudio Castagnoli
Classic
see
New
that.
York City.
What are you even talking about? Like what? Like some of you, like this. This is why you get called out in this chat, because some of your comments make me feel like I did not watch the same show that you did. Damn, Danny should have took a knee after you were right earlier.
He was going so
Kneel
well.
down, victory
Like,
formation.
he was
Time
up by 3
management.
touchdowns. Like, what the
Clock
fuck?
They're through a
management.
turnover.
That's a poor 2-minute drill.
Dion said they went back to Gunther's old theme. I actually prefer Gunther's newer theme.
Don't agree with that.
I don't. Yeah,
The old one is fire.
And there was an audible from the crowd when they
yes,
noticed it wasn't the
there
knee.
was an actual pop
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
music.
People like it.
We also got Annika says, good on Javon for understanding the assignment. Baby boy looked good in the matchup. He's going to be an absolute star. Absolutely. Absolutely agree. Chase knows me too well. Chase, you've been watching us too long. You knew. He
Chase
knew
the
when he saw
Thomas.
that comment. He was like, I can't wait for SP to see that comment. But it is
He
time
tried
for
to do the
finals.
fake spike on you, man. He tried to run up the score. And he was already ahead.
All right, time to talk about the final segment. Early on in the show, we would get an update, and they announced that it's going to be a men's War Games face-off in the main event segment, and that started with Paul Heyman and the Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul coming out together, with Drew McIntyre coming out to his own entrance music solo. He joins them in the ring. Paul Heyman says that he has led the Samoan SWAT team, the Bloodline, and the Dangerous Alliance into War Games in the past, but he introduces this team, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre, before calling them the greatest assembly of talent he has ever led into War Games. This cues up the music of CM Punk. The Second City Saint comes down the ramp. He stands and stares off with the team Vision until the music of Jamie and Jay Uso hits. We get some eating in the crowd. They stand in the crowd. They eat for a little bit before the music of Cody Rhodes hits. The entire Team Punk is out here to confront Team Vision. They get into the ring and the brawl is on. All hell breaks loose in the ring. CM Punk is slugging it out with Logan Paul. He hits him with the big bulldog. He signals for the go to sleep when we hear the boom, 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 boom. Here comes the pain. Brock Lesnar is here. He comes out. He confronts CM Punk, puts him up, and drops him with a big German suplex. We get Cody Rhodes gets into the ring and goes toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar 2 years after their final battle at SummerSlam 2023. And he marks his ass as well. German suplex to Cody Rhodes. In mere minutes, Brock Lesnar comes in and completely washes the World Heavyweight Champion and undisputed WWE Champion without breaking a fucking sweat. Great booking. Anyway, the music of Roman Reigns hits, and out comes the OTC. OTC and the Beast going face to face in the middle of the ring, and this crowd is going absolutely ballistic at this point. Reigns and Lesnar going toe-to-toe. Brock runs the ropes and goes after Roman, but Roman ducks and hits a big Superman punch, and Brock Lesnar gives us the best bump of the whole entire fucking show, where he does a fucking back bump and flips on his head. Great shit by Brock. Security comes out and separates the two men. Brock Lesnar sees the NYPD is going to join the segment, and so he immediately leaves. Anyway, Bronson Reed attacks Roman Reigns from behind. He's laying out the OTC, being the tribal thief. He goes for the tsunami, but Roman catches him with a Superman punch. All hell is breaking loose at ringside. Cody's going crazy with Braun Breaker. You got police trying to separate everyone. CM Punk starts choking out Logan Paul with a kendo stick right behind the NYPD. Then out of nowhere, Roman runs and he hits a big spear, sending the NYPD and Bronson Reed through the barricade. All hell. And that's how we end Monday Night Raw. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see if Roman Reigns got shot. He don't got the complexion for the protection. I can't go up and spear an NYPD officer. Roman should have got shot. I wanted to see that. They still have 5 more minutes to the show. What the fuck are we doing? Anyway, they still brawled after the show. Roman and Punk stared down in the ring. Cody had to stand to the sideline because reportedly WWE doesn't want to tease another Roman and Cody matchup. So Cody has to try his best to avoid Roman for as long as this build goes. Have a lot of issues with this segment. As far as like turning your brain on, I can probably note like 5 to 6 glaring holes or logic holes in this whole segment with the people that were involved and stuff like that. But as far as like turn your brain off, sports entertainment fun, this was splendid. This was the highlight of the show. And this felt like WWE was a hot company again for the first time in near months. Romeo, what did you think about this closing segment?
This is what WWE loves to do. This was WWE entrance music theater. Punk's face when Lesnar's music hits, I love that. The ending fake out, like they had the credits come out when Brock come out. He's about to handshake.
That wasn't believable at all. That wasn't believable at all. It wasn't.
Well, okay.
It
maybe for
it
smart
wasn't
guys
believable
like you,
at
but
all.
for this idiot right here, I fell for
it. It was a law of diminishing returns because they just did it last month with the Brock, where they did it effectively with the Seth Rollins turn. Doing it here, I did not believe it's 10:20. Do I believe the show's over? No,
I wasn't looking at the clock like you were. So, but still, adding Lesnar and Roman to this chaos of War Games is fun. It's fun to me. Like I said, Lesnar sold the shit out of that Superman punch. Bronson Reed looked like he really wanted Roman's shoes again. And yeah, like you, I was salty when the show ended. I wanted to see more of everything that followed. I saw it later on social media. That'd have been fun to see on the actual show. And I told you we hadn't peaked with the men's War Games build-up. This was the peak. This was what I was waiting for, and it delivered. It still sucks for me that Seth Rollins is not a part of this because I would have added so much more. It really would have with Punk, Roman, Drew, Cody, Brock. I wonder who would have been the odd man out. Logan Paul was probably the replacement, or Brock.
That's been confirmed. Logan Paul is the replacement for Seth.
All right, but still, it was a lot of fun. Cool moment for the MSG crowd with all these returns.
It's going to be really awkward with Roman trying to avoid stare downs with Cody, and he's not talking to the Usos. Plus, he hates Punk. He don't like anybody on this goddamn.
He didn't want to see the Usos until
he don't want to see them. You don't want to see them to Christmas. I need him to go into the War Games waiting cell, and he puts the chair in again. But instead of facing the ring, he faces the entrance because he doesn't want to see his partners in the.
It's funny because Jimmy daps him up, and he daps him right back in the footage that we weren't shown.
Well, there you go, Chris. What did you think about this closing segment?
I mean, I enjoyed the chaos. I was waiting for everybody to start brawling. Once you get the Easter egg in the beginning of the night, right? You know, Paul Heyman's talking about Brock. Brock's obviously making a return. They almost got me with the fucking credits, though. But then I looked at the time and I was like, it's way too early. I was like, there's no way they can end it like this. And then you hear Roman's music hits and it's just the icing on top. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the chaos. My favorite part of it all was probably seeing the cop get speared through the barricade. It's always a good time when you get to see the NYPD get a little taste of their own medicine. So that was all for that. Oh, and then Logan getting choked out behind the NYPD was great too.
That was great because I was like, why y'all trying to stop Roman and y'all don't even do that? And then
the guy in the background getting choked with a weapon.
Yoked up. Yeah, like. We got Dion says I thought Roman was smaller, but I think it's just Brock is a massive human being. Yeah, that part.
Brock with the sleeve, by the way. What is this new look at the sleeve?
He's the answer.
Makes all the sense in the world.
Annika says, a laughing emoji, Sid, he only black adjacent. He don't got the complexion for the protection. I wanted to see if he got shot.
What are you talking about?
That's all.
Roman, he laid hands on an NYPD officer. He should have got shot.
Yeah, he's too brown.
He's too brown for that. If this was John Cena doing it, fine. I'll need to see the rest of that. I need to see the rest when Roman Reigns spears somebody. But also, good point. He is rich, so that is the only color that matters. Green.
You need that Family Guy color chart to like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Dion says this felt like a go home segment. Like I said, this felt like WWE was hot again. This, and I gave credit. I gave credit on In the Weeds. I'll give it here. I gotta give praise and credit to WWE because we really have to look back on the last like 4 years of Survivor Series. They've brought it back. Survivor Series once again feels like a Big Four pay-per-view. Throughout my entire lifetime, I've seen Survivor Series on its deathbed way too many times. In the 2000s, there was reports and talk about Vince wanting to get rid of Survivor Series then. Do you remember Survivor Series 2013 headlined by Randy Orton versus Big Show? That fucking sucked. Jeez. And everybody wanted Survivor Series to leave after that. That's why they went through the whole thing of doing Team Cena versus Team Authority the next year and having Sting debut at Survivor Series to bring some vibes back to it.
That's when Dolph was the sole survivor, right?
Yeah. The following year, they did the tournament to determine the WWE Championship to once again kind of fluff up the vibes to the matchup. And then that's why they took the whole bragging rights concept and just put it on a Survivor Series in 2016. And then they riled that off for like 5 years. But I was in the building at Survivor Series 2021. That show fucking sucked. No one remembers a goddamn match from that show outside of Charlotte and Becky. And the main thing you remember from that show was a golden fucking egg.
Oh,
so
that's stupid.
Triple H getting in charge and then saying Survivor Series no more. It's Survivor Series War Games. And he's not even just done, oh, I'm going to put War Games on it, and then that's it. That's going to make Survivor Series better. He's actually put War Games on it, and you can tell Triple H actually fucking cares about War Games because he pits the biggest stars possible around War Games. The first year in 2022, it was the whole bloodline, and we had the big moment where Sammy proves himself to the bloodline, Jay accepts him in. 2023, you get the Randy Orton return. You got Cody, you got Seth, you got Drew in that War Games, and then it ends at the night with CM Punk's return. And then last year they did Punk and the Bloodline together in War Games. So they have really done a great job of putting as much big stars in the War Games. And even with all the credit and love that I'm going to give to the last couple of years, this year feels like the culmination of it all, where you have this hugely star-studded men's War Games, and then it's big stars in the women's War Games as well. They've done a great job of bringing Survivor Series back and making it important again.
Yes. Thank you, Paul.
I won't go that far. Anyway,
that brings us to the end. You say, good job, WWE. You don't say, good job, Triple H. You don't say, Triple H.
I praised them.
Say his name. Say his name. Say his name.
I don't need to say thank you. I praised them.
Say his name. His name in particular. One guy. Come on.
Joe Hendry.
Do it. Joe Hendry.
I believe, yeah. We were on the same page.
We thought the same thing. All right. Bring us to the end of this edition of Rated Raw Review. Let us know in the live chat, what was your match of the night? What was your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night? Whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For myself, Chris G, and Romeo for the November 17, 2025 edition of Monday Night Raw in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from all of us. Chris G, what did you give the show out of 10?
Give it a solid 8. We had a couple good moments, some nice returns, solid matches. You had everything you wanted in the show. Could have been a little better, of course. Could have been. There wasn't a perfect 10, but I thought it was one of their better episodes in a long time.
Romeo?
8.5. One of the best Raws of the year. A lot of moments, a lot of returns. And yeah, the crowd had fun. Had fun with all those returns.
Yeah, this is one of the most noteworthy Raws of the year. I thought last week was good, but I still gave it like a 7.5.
I would go as far as given the same grade as Romeo. I'll go 8.5 out of 10. This was a very good episode of Raw that you're going to remember by the end of the year. Well, it is at the end of the year, but you will remember this even a year from now or the next time they come to Madison Square Garden that you got AJ Lee, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, all Dolph Ziggler, all returning on one episode. You got a Gunther and Javon banger. You had Cena's final Raw. That doesn't get as star-studded and as noteworthy as that episode last night.
Yep.
Moment of the night, Romeo.
The Brock and Roman returns.
Chris.
I'm gonna say the Ziggler return probably got the biggest pop of the night.
That's arguable. Yeah, he makes a strong argument there, but I'm gonna go with the closing segment, the War Games face off with Roman and Brock returning. Match of the night, Chris.
Gunther and Javon Evans, the young OG, my boy.
Romeo.
Yeah, that's easy. Same.
Unanimous. Yeah, Javon and Gunther. Best match of the last time is now tournament. Best match of last night. MVP for the show, Romeo.
Everybody getting MVP. Roman, Brock, Gunther, and Triple H for making MSG show feel big. Respecting the garden.
You know what? I agree. The MVP of last night's show is Triple H. You know why? Because he wasn't on the show. Chris G, who was your MVP for the show?
You should have introduced Cena at the beginning.
I got 3 because they all had their own little moments. Maxxine, she gets one. That's a good moment for her career. You know, regardless of how you feel about her, it's a special moment for her. So I think she deserves it. John Cena, his last match in MSG, going out, giving the crowd, you know, a nice match and a nice moment to remember them. Could have been better, but it was still cool to see John Cena go out with his boys like that. And Roman for coming back in the night and beating Brock's ass.
Yeah, my real answer is Dolph Ziggler because he was awesome last night.
LVP for the show. I got co-LVPs, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Bella. Romeo.
The NYPD, don't you have something more important to do out there on the actual streets of New York? You know, why don't you go investigate that? And honorable mention, or maybe just also co-LVP, Shane McMahon, just, you know, being there, not being acknowledged like your sister was. Like, that's, come on. You got to feel for him.
Yeah, Shane McMahon deserves some LVP consideration as well. Chris G?
Can't do my boy Shane O'Mac like that, but the NYPD could definitely get the LVPs. How do you like to be tackled through shit for absolutely no reason?
Oh, and JD McDonough for going toe to toe and
that
not
is true.
laying Andrew Schultz the fuck out.
True. That is true.
JD McDonough deserves some LVP love.
Jerry Lawler would have broke his fucking neck.
Take his key away from him.
Absolutely, he would have slapped the shit out of him.
Jerry Lawler would not have played with that shit. You kidding me?
Nah.
Comedian.
All right,
what?
we're
Breaking your fucking neck.
Brings us to the end of another edition of Rated Raw Review. Had a great time as always with all of you in the chat, of all of you watching on demand, and of course my good brothers here, Chris G joining us for the first time, and Romeo making his triumphant return. Chris G, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they might see you again.
Yeah, you can catch me on X and Instagram at CHCG and on TikTok as well. You can catch me doing the shorts for the YouTube channel and the YouTube TikTok, the channel's TikTok. I don't know what is what anymore. And then you could also catch me here on the channel doing some more content, you know, some reviews, whatever they need me to do, I'll be here. And the True Hill Heat Sports channel, sports and entertainment, doing some stuff over there with the NBA and NFL and stuff like that. So just cut your soul over around, you know. We're here. I'm spread out like a germ. A good one.
Romeo, let the people know.
Romeo Thomas, all social media. Chris, are you gonna be back here next week or not? I didn't hear if you'd said that.
Maybe we'll see.
I might never have to work the show again.
This guy.
But I tell you who will return. Top guy JJ returns next week.
He want Brock Lesnar's body.
That got to be Rusev.
Yeah, that's Rusev. That's not Brock.
That's Rusev.
He's got to be Rusev. Can't tell the Puerto Rican guy, but the Bulgarian guy, yeah, fucking figured it
And it's
out.
fitting, the Oklahoma City Thunder fan. They're in Oklahoma City. Yeah, he's mandated to work next week's review. So catch that return next week. I had to have that graphic.
This guy.
I'm to be determined. I'm TBD, and we're not sure
You're
we're going to make it
TBD.
3 weeks in a row. That might be too much.
Might be too much for him, guys.
I'm overworked, overbooked.
Yes, he put him on Rusev body
See that
this
baby
time, folks. Look at that.
Looks good, man.
Yes, Top Guy JJ joins us back here, Rated Raw review for the Go Home Show ahead of Survivor Series. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. I'll be back live here tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself, Sanal, NJ News, previewing NJPW's World Tag League 2025. I'll also be on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, I believe, with Chris G for THC, True Hill Heat Check, where we got our main topic for tomorrow, talking about, of course, the latest in the NBA news, but we're also going to be discussing who has the better legacy, LeBron James or Steph Curry. So join us for that over on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment. Join us for the World Tag League preview tomorrow, as well. Thursday, we got AE Ramble. Friday, we got our AEW Full Gear preview. Saturday, the flagship podcast. And on Sunday, our AEW Full Gear review as well. But for Chris G, for Romeo, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 94, Cena's Final Raw. We are signing off until next time.
Andrew Schultz, I snap your fucking neck next time I see you.